Hi, it's First Lady here, and today I'm cooking some country style ribs. And I'm just making them right on top of the stove in a little bit of avocado oil. I've seasoned them very well. And I have 2 packages of these. And of course, I always use my favorite garlic powder, onion powder, dash seasoning, and of course, some Creole seasoning. So these are just going right into this hot skillet. We're just going to cook these until they are nice and done and tender. All right, I'm going to add some onions and some green bell pepper. And it's going to make sort of its own gravy because these are the country style beef ribs. All right, beef. And I get these at Aldi. And as you can see, this package was $13.93, which is not too bad. And I have the other package, which was only, I think it was like $10.71. So there you have it. They're just going to cook. I'm actually searing them right now because I want to sear them really well on both sides. So I'm going to turn them over when I think they've gotten a nice sear. Flip them over and they'll sear on the other side. And I'll add the onions and the peppers, and then these will be so juicy and tender. And we will serve them with some vegetables, probably some spinach, and maybe some carrots, and maybe make a salad. All right, but I just wanted some beef today, and I wanted to show you how I make these country style ribs on top of the stove. You can put them on the grill, but I'm sort of making them sauteed, if you will. I want to have a rich, like, brown gravy with them. Let them cook in their own juice so that they can be extra juicy and tender. But they are really good on the grill if you want to grill them and just put barbecue sauce on them. All right, I'll be back. All right, now I'm getting ready to flip them over. So you can kind of see what they look like as they are searing. See that? That's what you want, all right? Now it's time to flip them over. This is black Angus beef, you guys, so it's going to be really good. See that? I'm going to flip them over. You can see, I'm going to let them sear a little bit more on this side. And then I will add a little bit of water to them. And I will add the bell peppers and onion that I just sliced. So this is kind of going to be like pepper steak, but these are the ribs. The country style ribs. They're very thick and they're boneless, which is what I love. You don't have to deal with the bone. So the country style ribs do not have the bone in them. All right, I'll be back. All right, I have added the onions and the green bell pepper, all right, to this delicious looking meat as it is cooking. I've let it sear on both sides. You can see how good that looks. All right, so now I'm going to add some water to it. So I'm just going to add about a cup of water. right, you can hear that sound change on this delicious Black Angus country style ribs. So now you can see how it's already making some brown gravy. So now I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna let it simmer, let it finish cooking. This is gonna be some very tender beef. All right. So this is basically how you do it, how you get it started in making these country style ribs on top of the stove. And I'm just actually just searing them on both sides, and now I'm just gonna cover them and let all these flavors meld together with the onions, the peppers, and this great beef. All right, ooh, I'm excited. I'll be back. All right, I'm just giving you an update as this beautiful beef, these country style beef ribs are still cooking. You can see the peppers and the onions and how everything is becoming more translucent. I've also just put some spinach on, just raw spinach with onions and avocado oil and some seasonings. So a lot of steam going on in this kitchen, but you can see the beautiful spinach that I've seasoned. And the beef is coming along. We'll be eating very shortly. I'll be back. All right, so our meat has been cooking and you can see how beautifully browned it is. Let me move this top over here. And I just want to kind of just show you how tender it is. Look at that. I can just taste it already. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit onto my plate. You can cook this as little or as much as you want in terms of how tender and how done you want your beef to be. Okay, and I mean, it's amazing. Wow, it's seasoned really good. You can see that broth that it's kind of made. And you can serve that over rice if you want to. If you wanted to put some mashed potatoes or something with it, that would be good too, because that broth is perfect. And I just kind of put some green beans and some corn in these small bowls here, because I just don't make a whole lot of this because I don't want to let it go to waste. So when I make it, I just make it in small servings now. Unless I'm cooking for a crowd. You guys know when I'm cooking for a crowd, I cook a whole lot. But when it's just my little small family, I don't cook that much. And this is the spinach. And you see how it has wilted down. This was a whole bag of the regular flat leaf fresh spinach with some onions, seasonings there, and some avocado oil. All right. There you have it, you guys. I'm just going to take a bite of this meat just to taste it for you all, just so you can see how beautiful it is. It's juicy, tender, but it's very hot. So let me grab a fork. All right, there. All right, I'm just gonna taste the meat. You guys know how everything else tastes, but I'm just gonna taste the meat for you, all right? I love it. It is seasoned so good. And as it sits in this broth and cooks, it will get tender, so don't worry about that. I'm just ready to eat. But if you leave it in here for about an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours, and just let it just slow cook, slow simmer, you will have some of the most delicious and tender beef you ever want to eat. These are the country style ribs. This is the beef ribs, not pork. All right. And they are so tender and juicy when you cook it. All right, you guys, just showing you my country style beef ribs. All right. And this is the way I cook them on top of the stove. But you can put them on the grill, but it's too cold out there today. And I just wanted to have them on top of the stove. So you guys, don't forget to like this video, share this video, leave me a comment about these beautiful ribs. And also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All right, I love you guys. And I hope to see you guys in the next video when we are cooking together in First Lady's kitchen. Love you all. Be blessed.